Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better for you. This is actually going to be a clip from one of my live streams. If you want a link to my Twitch channel to see me playing any of this live, or a link to the main channel, both will be in the description down below. If you enjoy the video, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, and let's get into it. So for the last one, we have the Galio, Army of Stone, very thematic. When the foe plays a unit, shrink its power to 0, double its health, and grant it formidable. Also, Broken Blade. When a player plays a card, increase the cost of other copies of it everywhere by 2. This will be a little rough, and they're going to have absolutely massive units. This could be pretty fun. Well, it can be fun with some people that are trying to punish their formidable to weaken their units, which is probably what we're going to do. Haven't been able to beat the 6.5. Who would you recommend to beat the challenge every week? Easy or quick? Swain, Viego, etc. Generally to complete it every single week, I would probably go for Swain. Swain's pretty solid, and even like for this one, I think Swain would be really, really good. We won't go for Swain here because I think we played him recently, but being able to scale up your abilities to just nuke down the enemy. Honestly, Jinx would also be pretty solid here as well, trying to go for a lot of removal or damaging spells. I think we will go and try Warwick. Now, Warwick has some benefits. For one, he immediately damages enemies with his 4th star, the Wounded Prey. And then we're going to try to do a lot of extra damage. We are going to make a Blood Hunt, which can damage the enemy. And we're going for extra damage with our big guns. One issue is that spell that we're going to be playing is going to be increasing in cost, which will be a little rough. But yeah, we're going to be trying to go for like a damage approach with Warwick. Just thought Warwick would be fun to play. Been a little bit since we played him. We're swapping out the Echoing because we don't want to play too many copies of the same card. And going to go for Black Shield. We might get stomped out here. This is something that like, kind of works, but kind of gets punished by the Broken Blade. We'll see. Honestly, if we fail here, we might go ahead and do Jinx, because I can't remember the last time we played Jinx. Lion Waits, Mystic Meditation. Reducing the cost of spells could actually be very good for us, especially since some of our spells are going to get cost increased again. Sure, let's try that. Let's go for Brightsteel. Thank you, you're welcome. I think this is fine. Let's try to pass. Maybe they're gonna play something, but yeah, anything they... Okay, that didn't have barrier. Great. I think we'll go ahead and pass. Let's drop this one. We can go for a Caustic Rift, which will reduce them down a solid amount. I feel like this should have got cost increased. Oh no, we played the other card. If we pair these together, the cost increase triggers after. Let's actually see if we could go right here. It won't be quite enough to kill him. He'll be at 1. But Warwick will level. Yeah, this will be solid. So we now have kicked in a lot of damage. We're going to have a lot of scaling. One issue is that they are gonna... Oof. Yeah, that's not gonna do that much damage. We'll go ahead and drop this. Yeah, we have a lot of cost increases now, which is not the best for us. Don't mind me. I think let's use this and actually discard the Blood Hunt. Oh, that barrier is actually going to massively shut us down because she'll be able to block and then hit. Yeah. So that would actually be able to kill Warwick, which is not great. I guess we'll hold off like this. I like our Warwick to be able to get some kills. Huh, I figured they'd block something with Cythria. Alright. Oof, that's scary. We're probably going to play our Caustic Rift. Let's see how they attack. Alright, so we could attack like this, or block like this. So he'll now be able to strike that one. Alright, good amount of impact. Let's... Alright. GG, nice. GM Toast, I'd leave tomorrow. Did you finish revising? We got through pretty much the whole new area. There was the last like pinnacle boss for that area that we weren't able to clear. And yeah, we pretty much have just like the final elite fights and then Dracula. But yeah, we weren't quite able to end. But some of those new encounters, new boss fights in the new area were very, very interesting. That was quite fun. But no, we just wanted to get as much done as we could in 2 days. So we'll primarily be streaming this again. We still need to stream a little bit of Doom in order to try to get ready for Doom Eternal, which is on May 15th. So we'll see if we end up playing more. But I'm glad we at least were able to show off pretty much all the new stuff, which was pretty fun. I know it'd be awful for the game, but I want to see a nightmare mod that sets the enemy nexus to 2 billion HP. Oh, I think that's maybe a little much. But having like almost like a test dummy would be kind of fun. How do you get more epic relics? Is it just from beating Lysandra for the 5th time? The primary way is buying the one once a month from the Emporium. You get one from defeating Lysandra. You get one, the full build from Aurelian Soul. I don't remember if there was one from the Swain adventure. Maybe, maybe not. I can't quite remember. And then there's technically some in the legend levels, but that's going to be pretty slow. Yeah. Once we get the new store or shop that they're mentioning, there should be more ways to get epics in there from just playing the game. All of these are solid. I think we'll go for the Sumpwork map because dealing damage, elusive, and summoning a unit, which should be pretty big from our everywhere buffs. Support champion. Ezreal could be interesting. That would be a lot of damage. The Grifter's deck, it's kind of funny because it's like it's getting offset by the fact that the cost is going up, but it's not terrible. Kindred could be okay if we got her on the board. She could help us get extra kills. Kind of like Ezreal though. Let's go ahead and go for him. Slot bots. Let's go for the spells chest. So Bookie. Yeah, I have 4 and only one that I see people use, and it's a bot one Swains. It does take a little bit of time. It's definitely a time sink, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's get rid of Chem Tech, or Chem Punk, excuse me. Alright, let's drop Warwick, let him kill that. Let's drop the Jury Rig. And we will pass for now. Because I don't want our units to die.
I stand for Noxus.
Ezreal's a little worrying. Let's maybe drop this first. I want to be able to use our Caustic Rift because I feel like that would be pretty good. Also, they're about to attack. That has Overwhelm, which isn't great. Let's drop the charger.
Noxian strength.
And then this should be pretty good. We're gonna take some damage from the crowd favorite. Let's go for the Blood Hunt to reduce that damage down even more. I do like that we can actually try to use all of our removal spells to reduce down the power of their attack. Overwhelm is so bad with this mod. It's, yeah, not too bad for us. Solid damage. I think let's go for the Use Cask. He gives us just a ton of damage. He can only block like one thing. We could give him Vulnerable, but we don't want them to be able to... right, we need to put these guys first.
Brewing up some trouble.
Yeah, we don't want them to play more blockers, so we can just attack like this, and that should be game. GG. Warwick is so fun. Been a while since I played Warwick 2. Remember him being so good? Yes. He was one that a lot of people were pissed at when he came out, but he's been so much fun to play. I think let's go for the Static Shock. That could be solid for us. Spell Chest, Mystic Shot, Rocket Barrage, Vault Breaker. I think let's go for the Rocket Barrage. We have some cost reduction, so getting this early wouldn't be too bad. And then that's just a lot of damage, because it can hit the entire board. Like, Mystic Shot's not bad, but this will be, I think, pretty good. We like the board-wide effects. Gwen's Finesse. Interesting. We'll probably go for it. Let's go for a Scavenger. I mean, just getting another unit every round that can be a blocker and attacker for us, that alone would be nice. Or the +1 starting mana. I think we'll actually hold on to True Shot just so we can get cost reduced down by our Mystic Meditation. Let's pass and see what they do.
You won't believe what Guilty's throw away. This way.
All right, we'll just go ahead and pass.
So long, City of Progress.
Sure, we can drop Ezreal.
I was just casually standing. Stop wiggling.
Let's go for a Blood Hunt right here. Try to reduce that down a little bit before it gets scaled up. All right, Jury Rig. That will be a decent amount of damage.
No sweat.
Do we care about blocking with Ezreal? Yeah, I think it's not too bad. Especially since now our Warwick levels, so we can start getting some strikes off. I think Boom Crew into Clump of Wumps would be pretty solid. That is a very large unit. I think we'll let Warwick grab this one and then just go for as much damage as possible.
Says I gotta break you. Better run.
So if Warwick hits that target, he can kill him.
Sorry.
Of course, he hits the other one.
I got this.
I think Ezreal grabs the other target, which isn't particularly helpful. I think let's maybe open up with this one.
You name it, I'll pick it.
So can do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, this is going to be a little rough. Nexus Strike, an exact copy of me. Sure. This would be a lot of elusives, not great for us. normally have some pretty good regen. I think let's go for our golden sister.
Blinding daylight.
And then this should just be game.
Time to go.
Alright, GG. Perfect. I got Aesol's power encounter on day 1 of being available. I've not seen it since. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it. Remember during the Titanic event I got the Aesol power? Nice. Ooh, deal 8 damage to a random enemy or the enemy nexus. Sure, that sounds good. It's doing like 2 damage right here, damage from this, and damage from this. That's a lot of iterations of damage. Let's go for this here.
Scissors ready.
So on 4 ghastly bands and rally. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. Although I guess we're starting quick. We get the attack token every round regardless, so I guess that part doesn't really matter. Chempunk Shredder. We're normally not going to play this, I don't think. And let's go for the Howling Abyss. Yeah, I guess the rally doesn't really do that much for us. But that many units should be able to give us some good damage right off the bat. I think this looks fine. Getting Jinx on Swain is vomit inducing levels of strong. I think I've gotten Jinx with Jinx before, so all of our abilities did even more damage than normal. I think I'll wait to play my Warwick until he can get a strike off. Let's just go ahead attack. I think we're fine. We could pass, but since we had all these elusives, I kind of felt like they might not. 41. Holy, we are screwed. Wow, that's going to be so bad for us. Of all the people for them to get, I feel like Alawi is like the best possible targets. Oh, Elixir of Iron, why not? And, okay, redoubled Valor. We are... like, doing damage right now doesn't even do anything, because she's just gonna be able to still attack. And she's gonna be able to pick the target because she is Challenger. That's gonna be good. I think we'll drop this one. We reduce down the damage we can take a little bit, but yeah, I don't think there's pretty much anything we can do here unless we hit some hard CC. Like if we had Ezreal, we could maybe have captured her, but that's just Howling Abyss for you. Rip Reno. Got a new phone, so my Twitch settings reset. Why is Lamau censored? I guess I mean, technically one of the things stands for ass, but I don't, yeah, that seems really, really dumb. Yeah, that was terrible. Abyss is mega garbage for this mod. Braum is like 40+2. He's got a praise not an overwhelmed champ. If you're not a stun deck, yeah, I don't think there was literally anything we could have done there. Let's try again. Yeah, Alawi is insane. I guess we're gonna re-roll a bunch of these and try to get our Ezreal. I think we're just gonna, yeah, attack. I don't want to play anything. Yasuo, that's not too bad. I think we might actually save the capture in case they get someone else even more insane. I mean, he is going to be able to kill our Warwick. And we don't actually have a ton of Warwicks. Hmm. To do Ezreal now or not? I guess we will just try to reduce him down as much as possible. All right, we're going to risk Ezreal. We didn't want them to drop another massive champion and then us be like, well, we're screwed. Granted, Elise isn't great for us either. Let's try to go for a Blood Hunt to pop that spell shield, but this will be rough. Let's... Well, at least Warwick is still on the board and he is leveled, so his effect is going to be pretty strong. I feel like Warwick could kill either of them. Also, their Yasuo lost their one effect. Oh, they... Ah, that didn't need to have Reckoner's Mark on it. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping they were going to block with one of these, and then our Warwick could kill them. Bit unfortunate. Let's, I guess, try to get another Warwick. Did not mean to click there. Alright, and Ezreal. Play 5 to anything. Let's maybe drop this one here.
Life and death on the blade's edge.
Alright, so Caustic Rift would be able to kill that one. Their quick attack is a bit annoying, but they're technically not doing any damage to us yet. So at least there's that. Let's go for the Clump of Wumps. All right. We were thinking about playing a True Shot, but I think we'll use a Get Excited with one of these. We'll give it 2. Sure, we have Overwhelm. Let's go ahead and drop this right here. All right, GG. All right. That, we actually able to make it through. That was a little rough there. I think let's go for the Savage Shield. Yeah, let's try to make Warwick a little bit stronger. All right. That was, yeah, rough. Sweet Solitude would be terrible. Dawning Age wouldn't be bad. Fast Deal is okay. I think we'll actually go for Dawning Age just to try, like, with this plus the Mystic Meditation, we want to try to reduce down the cost of cards because they are going to be getting higher and higher. So if we can use this to kind of fight that, could be helpful. Because with Warwick, you want to play a lot of cards as cheap as possible. Honored Lord or Spells Chest. I think let's go for Honored Lord, so Songstress. Oh. Alright, this looks fine. A lot of expensive cards will get some good cost reduction. We can drop Warwick and kill that right away. 8 health, eh? So, still strong enough to kill our Warwick. A little bit sad, so we'll just attack like this. Yeah, the fact that we have spell shield is kind of pretty awesome.
Hello, little friend.
Alright, thank you for summoning a bunch of units. Let's go for, I think, a rocket barrage right here to wipe their board. Alright, that's fine. We still have spell shield. Yep, I think we'll just go ahead and pass. Let's drop this right here, give him elusive, deal some damage. This sadly doesn't really have anything to hit. It would just be buffing up us, which I don't think is quite enough. It feels kind of bad wasting some of this, but making sure all the damage is going for the Nexus is actually probably fine. We potentially could have ended if I knew they weren't going to drop any blockers. I guess let's play a Blood Hunt, just so we can get another one that starts counting down.
The waters nurture the mirage.
Alright, let's go ahead and go here and just try to go for lethal. Fine, GG. Surprising. Toast, have you had both charcoal and propane grilled burgers? If so, which do you prefer? I don't know. I'm in a food mood now. I think I've had both, but not close enough together. And I didn't, when I would have had them, didn't really think about comparing the fact that they were charcoal or propane. It was just, oh, it's a burger, and hey, maybe this burger was better than normal. So it's a bit rough. Or it's like, I'm not sure. I can't say which one I like better. But for me, burgers are great, so I think they're both going to be pretty solid. You had lethal last turn. You can put both static on deck. They don't increase cost until you pass confirm. Yeah, I figured we probably could. I want to save some of those effects for if they were, playing units. I didn't math it out, but yeah, after I attacked and they didn't play anything, I was like, oh yeah, probably could have had that. Quicksand is solid, but I do like the map, so I think we're going to go there. Honored Lord Black Cleaver sounds great. Let's go for the shop. Mystic Shot, Death's Hand, Early Bird, summon your weakest follower from your deck. That's probably going to be the Boom Crew, but that would actually be totally fine. Sure, we can get that. Epic Shop up there, or go for the champion item. I think we're going to go for the Death's Hand. Mystic Shot's not bad, but this is doing 3 different increments of damage, which is giving us more scaling. So I think let's go for this one. Saboteur is solid. Yeah, I think we'll just grab the Death's Hand. And let's go for the champion item, so Fleet Admiral. Choose a rare item gets offered in Epic. Yeah, pretty much. One of my biggest gripes with food media is the popularization of torches. They're bad. They make food taste like gas, in my opinion. Oh, you mean like little flame torches that you like? Yeah, use them on your food. I have seen that in like not essentially TikToks, but like the Reels, Shorts, any of those. They're like, oh, fancy restaurants trying to do that, but I've never actually had anyone actually do that or tasted food that used that. So I can't really. It looks over the top, but I can't actually see how it affects the food because I've never had that before personally. They use it on like creme brulees, yeah, but I think I maybe had a creme brulee once, but yeah, I don't know. They're good for flaming desserts. Again, it's all the types of things that I don't really eat, so I have no idea. This looks fine. Warwick, bunch of spells. Yeah, I think this will be really good. We can drop Warwick, hit that target. We can then immediately attack. We could play this, but we want to benefit. Well, how close are we to getting more damage? I think we just had it go off, so this one wouldn't really increase the damage of everyone.
I hope this works.
Alright, perfect. We're now leveled, so Warwick can get a strike off. We'll drop this here just to grant him that elusive.
The waters nurture the mirage.
Alright, we're going to be able to absolutely wreck them when they attack. I think let's go for a Death's Hand, just get some damage down, but yeah, I think we'll be good. We want to wait for them to fill up their board completely. All right, let's see how they attack. Oh, seriously? Oh, that was kind of disappointing. But it'll be fine, I guess.
Brewing up some trouble. Like the views?
All right, so we can go for the Caustic Rift, and then we can just play a bunch of these together. Now, they're going to be able to block a lot of these, but this is just going to absolutely wreck them. It is nice you can cheese this modifier by playing a bunch of spells at the same time.
Time to go.
There we go. Dessert is okay, but flame, meat and stuff too. Tastes like butane. Butane? I think that's what it is. It's awful for meat 100%. Yeah, I feel like that sort of flame on a meat, like, doesn't sound like it'd be that appealing. Stuff I don't understand, like a quick char, feels aesthetic rather than helping the meat at all. Rating of my eggs this time, 7 out of 10. Eat these again, but I think I oversalted a little bit. Maybe not enough egg, a bit too much of the extra bits. Overall, super good. I mean, for me, like, I like the egg to be there, but I prefer it when there's actually like more meat and cheese than egg itself. Egg is kind of just like the filler, almost like when you're having like a rice meal or pasta meal where it's just the thing you're having with everything else. Even though you like that part, often you're trying to have that with the other stuff. Aftershock, I think, will be fun. That's fine. I'm actually having a rice meal tonight. It's going to be lovely. Spirit Stone, Charge. I don't think Spirit Stone's really going to work. Giant's Belt could be solid. But this is kind of our last spot. Let's try to go for more. Shadow Totem. We would have both of them attacking with us. Although the second one... yeah, won't get the overwhelming impact. But it could be another big unit. We get 4, we drop Warwick. I think we have space for 1. Actually, no, because we have 4 here, that's 5. So yeah, Warwick is actually 6, so no, that won't work. Free attack or Fury. Fury would give us a lot of scaling. I would like free attack, but I'm a little bit worried what they're going to have at the start of the game. I'm worried that Warwick would just die. I think let's go for Fury. Because I don't know if they're going to have some massive blocker right at the start of the game to shut us down. Honestly, I think Get Excited is probably the worst card we have. Let's go for Galio.
Time to make an impact.
Every time I cook, it's good, and I go, I should do that more often, and then I don't do it anymore often than usual. Yeah. That looks solid. I mean, that's always the case whenever you're doing something kind of productive. Like, you work out and be like, oh yeah, that was really good. I need to work out more. And then you just forget for a while. All right, let's drop Warwick. All right, that is a good amount of damage.
Better run.
Long road behind, long road ahead.
All right, perfect. So Warwick's going to kill her next round. Let's go for an aftershock right there. Perfect. He actually hit the right target. All right, they don't have overwhelm. So if I'd like to go for used cast salesman. Let's pass and see what they do. All right, that's fine. I guess, yeah, they get their Galio, but...
No refunds.
I think let's drop Ezreal and capture Galio.
Guess I'm the big guns now. Sounds dangerous.
And then
I'm in.
we could just go ahead and attack.
Gonna put this here.
Actually put him first.
Watch and learn.
All right, interesting. So, well, we're already ending, so it kind of doesn't matter, but... let's just go ahead and do this. Buff up those stats a little bit. See you, Rippy. Thanks for hanging out.
Time to go.
All right, we actually did pretty well. GG. I was a bit worried that Warwick was going to get kind of shut down by this modifier. And that one Howling Abyss was pretty bad, but overall, went well. All right, Warwick did quite well there, and this was quite a fun modifier, and really what I feel like weeklies are supposed to do is make it feel like you're playing in a very different way. So for this one, since they had the Formidable, we were trying to go for someone that could go for a lot of damage so that we could reduce down their power with all of our damage and effects, which was actually pretty fun. Like, they had massive units, but it kind of felt like we were playing with the Enfeebling Strike, like, baseline, and that was quite good. I was worried that we wouldn't have enough damage or that the cost reduction would hit us too hard. But overall, quite a fun experience. Warwick's still an absolutely great champion. So much fun to play. Thank you for watching that video, especially all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.